Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. We are talking about how to be more confident, how to feel more authentic in your own skin and just comfortable being who you are. It's important to understand that confidence is a choice. It's not like one person is born with it and another person is not born with it. It is something that is available to everybody. It's available to you, it's available to me, it's available to your neighbor. We are all worthy of feeling and being confident. In fact, we are born confident because as babies, we are born just knowing that we're worthy, knowing that we are lovable. I look at my baby girl who is 1 year old right now, and she always feels like she belongs. She always feels like if someone's playing, if she sees something happening, she feels like she can join in without worrying about what someone's going to think or without worrying that someone didn't invite her. Like, she always feels that sense of confidence. It is innate in all of us. A lot of the experiences in our lives, they cause us to feel less confident and the thoughts that we are telling ourselves. But in reality, you can choose to feel more confident anytime. It is just a decision. It's a choice. It starts with believing that you are worthy and listening to the things that you're telling yourself, listening to the messages that you are sending yourself, the thoughts that are going on in your mind. And what is it that you're telling yourself? I'm worthy of this, I'm not worthy of this, I can do it, I can't do it. Whenever you're saying negative things to yourself, it's going to affect how confidently you show up. So the understanding and having the awareness of the fact that confidence is a choice is the number one step. And when you see somebody who seems like they're so confident, they know everything, they have it all together, just remember that they have practiced being confident. It is something that they've decided to be confident, and it's something that they have practiced over time. And because they've been practicing this, they've just gotten better at it. It doesn't mean that they're any more worthy or that they know something that you don't, or that they're better or a better human being. So one way that you can become more confident is by trying new things. When you get out of your comfort zone, when you go and try a new hobby, let's say you're going to try how to play the piano or to play tennis, and these are things that are new for you that you've never learned how to do. Eventually, when you start to practice this, you're going to get better. Your confidence is going to build, because confidence comes naturally when we learn new skills, when we try something that we've never done before, because now we have things that we know how to do, right? So we naturally feel more confident. We feel like we're more able. When you get out of your comfort zone, that is where the confidence is going to grow anytime, because everything that is great lies on the other side of your comfort zone. When we're comfortable, we end up degrading as humans. And when we get out of our comfort zone, we are evolving. We are getting better. So one way to do this is to constantly try something new. The more hobbies that you're trying, the more things that you learn, the more comfortable you're going to get with it, and the more confident you're going to feel. It's the same thing with learning. The more that you learn, maybe it's reading an audiobook or listening to a podcast or taking a course, all the new information that you are absorbing is going to make you feel more confident, because you are going to be more knowledgeable. You're naturally going to feel more confident when you're more knowledgeable and when you have more skills. Now, the problem with going outside of your comfort zone is that your nervous system can sometimes overreact. So if you're a highly sensitive person like I am, when you're in a new environment or something unfamiliar, it can often trigger the feeling of anxiety, and all the thoughts can come rushing in, all the negative thoughts. Get worried of rejection. What if I can't do this? What's going to happen? There's no sense of control. There's a lot of things that can come with this when you are stepping into an unknown environment, and your nervous system wants to feel safe. But the irony is that the more you practice putting yourself in an uncomfortable environment, your nervous system is going to end up feeling more relaxed with time. The more you expose yourself to what is unfamiliar and what feels uncomfortable and a little bit scary in your body, the more your nervous system is going to realize that it is safe. You've done this, you did this scary thing, and you're still alive. You're still okay. and your nervous system is going to register that, and you're going to feel much more calm and at ease, and it's going to be easier the next time around. You're training your nervous system to build that feeling of safety, and over time that feeling of confidence when you do something over and over and over again, and you get out of your comfort zone and you do the things that are a little bit scary. The next point is keep your promises to yourself. There is nothing like the feeling of deciding that you're going to do something and then not doing it. It's such an icky feeling, because if you say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym, and then you don't end up going to the gym, right? You wake up the next day and you say to yourself, I don't feel like it, I'm tired, I feel groggy. You end up not going to the gym. You know that you did not keep your own promise, and that doesn't feel good. If you say to yourself, you go out to eat at a restaurant and you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to order a healthy meal. Instead of ordering a burger and fries, I'm going to order a salad with some chicken or some fish on the side. And then you get to the restaurant, and this used to be what I used to do. I'd get to the restaurant and I would be so hungry and starving that I would just want to eat like a pizza or a burger or something that is just like the most delicious thing off the menu. Whatever just feels good in the moment. And then you don't feel good, right? And then I would eat it and then I would feel heavy and bloated and just doesn't feel good afterwards. So when you say to yourself, I'm going to go and I'm going to choose the healthier option, and you actually choose the healthier option, you feel so much better afterwards, because you know that you kept the promise to yourself. And that builds self-trust and it builds your confidence, because you know that you can rely on yourself. And it seems funny because it's not like a promise that I made to someone else and then I didn't keep it, right? And that person knows that I broke the promise and, oh, this is so bad. But keeping promises to yourself is actually more important, because it builds that internal feeling of, I can trust myself. I know that when I decide something, I'm going to follow through. And that really makes you feel more resilient and stronger and builds your confidence over time. The next point is listen to your inner dialogue and be very intentional about what that inner dialogue is. What are you telling yourself on a day-to-day basis? What are you telling yourself throughout the day? Are you telling yourself, I'm not feeling good in my body, I'm not worthy, I can't do this, someone else deserves it, but I don't deserve it? Most of us go throughout the day having automatic thought patterns that we are not even aware we're having. And if you want to feel more confident and you want to feel better and happier, then you have to become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking throughout the day, from the very beginning, from the very first thought that you have when you wake up in the morning, to the thoughts that you're having when you're looking in the mirror, to the thoughts that you're having when you're making breakfast, driving to work, whatever you're doing throughout the day. You have to constantly remind yourself to come back into the present and to choose your thoughts. And when you choose the thoughts that you're having, you deliberately choose to think something positive and to find something that you are grateful for, you are going to feel so much better, so much happier, so much more fulfilled, and so much more confident. So really pay attention to the thoughts that you are thinking, because those thoughts are creating certain feelings. Your thoughts create feelings, and then feelings create thoughts, and it's like a vicious cycle. And those can be either negative thoughts and feelings, or they can be positive thoughts and feelings, and therefore positive actions that are going to come from that. So very important to be mindful and to be self-aware. The next point is recreate the feeling of confidence in your body. So I'm sure that you've had a time in your life where you had to do something that was a little bit scary, or maybe a little bit challenging, or maybe it just was something that you weren't sure how you were going to show up in that situation. And you ended up showing up with so much confidence, and you felt so good about yourself. You just felt incredible, and there was nothing that could stop you. So maybe it was a conversation you were having with somebody on a topic that you're really passionate about, something that maybe you know a lot about. Maybe it was a presentation that you had to give at some point, and you felt extremely confident. You felt like you were on top of the world. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's just think of a time in the past where you felt that confident feeling in your body. And the next time you're in a situation that is a little bit difficult, where you need to conjure up that confidence again, remind yourself of that feeling. Bring yourself back to that state, that emotional state that you were in when you felt super confident. Pretend that you are back in that state, back in that situation. At the end of the day, it's really about how you feel in your body. And if you can remind yourself of how you thought and get back into that emotional state and like feel those feelings again, you can recreate that confidence. Just remind yourself of how you felt and what you were telling yourself and what you were thinking. Maybe you were reminding yourself of who you were and of your strengths and of your creativity and of all of the things that you are able to do and that you're good at. And maybe that is what fueled your confidence in that moment, right? So bring that back into the present when you need to, so that you can bring that confidence to your current situation. I hope that makes sense. The next point is always choose authenticity over validation. When you're authentic, you're not worried about validation, because being authentic means being true to yourself. It means sticking to your values. It means doing things that are aligned with who you truly are, with what you stand for, with what you believe in. That is how you know you're being authentic. So whether it's having a conversation with somebody and thinking, okay, should I agree with this person or should I really say what's on my mind? That is you deciding whether to be authentic or whether to seek validation. When you are seeking validation, you are coming from a position of needing to be liked by everybody and needing to be like everybody. Because when we want validation, we're often afraid to show up as our true selves because we want to be like everybody else. We don't want to stand out. We don't want to stand out from the crowd. And a lot of the time we end up being not really who we truly are. So you have to decide to choose authenticity over the need to be liked by other people, over the need to be like other people. Because being yourself is so much more important, and it's going to make you feel much more confident about yourself at the end of the day. And the thing is, when you are being authentic, rejection is not as scary as when you're doing something for validation. Because when you're doing something for validation, you know that you're not really being true to yourself. The energetic charge behind that is not so powerful. So if somebody rejects you, you end up realizing that like, oh my goodness, I did all of this just to be liked, or I did all of this for some reason outside of myself, and now it was rejected. And that's like a really bad feeling. But when you are being authentic and you are acting out of alignment with your actions, with who you truly are, with what is really important to you, and somebody rejects you, it's much easier to take that rejection. You're much more resilient. Deep down, you know that I was just being true to myself because kindness is important to me, or because what I'm saying is what I truly believe in, or because, I truly disagree with what that person stands for, but I agree with what this person stands for. You know that you are aligned with your values and with who you truly are. And that is how you become much more confident. So authenticity is when you are in integrity with who you are. And that is so much more powerful than doing something out of validation, because that is not real. The next point is have a goal or a vision. When you have something that you are extremely passionate about, when you have a goal or a vision or a project that you are working on, it is much easier to not get distracted by whatever's going on outside of you. It's much easier to feel confident because you know you're on the right path and you're doing something that is important to you. Maybe your goal is to be a good parent or to be a good student. And that is something that is very dear to you, and it's something that you are focused on. You are putting all of your attention on this, being a good student and achieving something great, writing this incredible paper or getting a certain degree or a diploma or something that you want to achieve. Or maybe it's a project in your business or maybe it's being a good parent, or maybe it's a good friend, and this is the goal in your life right now, or maybe it's focusing on improving your relationships, and you are moving towards that, and it's something that you are very clearly aligned with, you are not going to be distracted by the things that are going on outside of you. You are going to have much more certainty, and you're going to be much more aligned with the decisions that you are making. So for me, for example, it's really important for me to be a good mother. I have 2 children now, and it's so important for me to be a good mother. And I read a lot about parenting, and I have my own way of parenting that not everybody may agree with. But because this is something that I'm really passionate about, it's something that I take very seriously, that if other people are giving me advice on how to parent, or they disagree with me, it doesn't matter, because I know that I have a goal and I have a vision of the type of parent that I want to be. And that gives me confidence. It gives me confidence because I know that I am doing my best and I'm acting out of alignment with the type of parent that I truly want to be. And so this can apply to anything. As long as you have a goal and you have a vision and something that you really believe in, that confidence is going to be a natural byproduct of that. All right. So make sure that you have something that you feel strongly about, that you are passionate about, that you are either working on or working towards, and then nobody can sway you. That's all the points I have for today. Make sure that you subscribe, that you follow along. If you want to learn how to step into your feminine energy, how to connect with your authentic self, how to feel more confident and improve your relationships. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Daria, and I'll see you soon.